Imagine a town where crossing the street might take you from one country to another. Welcome to the unique world of Český Těšín and Cieszyn, a town divided between the Czech Republic and Poland. This is a place that has experienced the provincial whiplash of changing countries 8 times in just 1 century. But how did this border town's history come to be a symbol of European geopolitical shifts? Our story begins in the late 19th century, under the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Then known simply as Teschen, it was a bustling hub of commerce, industry, and culture. The town's strategic location at the confluence of major rail lines made it a melting pot of different ethnicities and languages, a harmonious interaction of Polish, Czech, German, and Jewish communities living side by side. However, the winds of change were never far away. After the First World War and the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the map of Europe was hastily redrawn. Teschen found itself caught in a tug-of-war between the newly re-established nations of Czechoslovakia and Poland. As post-war treaties were negotiated, Teschen's fate hung in the balance. Like dominoes, geopolitical ambitions and regional claims collided, splitting Teschen in 1920. It was partitioned along the Oder River, the western part, Český Těšín, joining Czechoslovakia, and the eastern part, Cieszyn, becoming part of Poland. The division of this town was not only a political decision, but also a deeply emotional rift for its citizens. Families were split, businesses hampered, and new border checks emerged where only yesterday there was none. As economic instability gripped Europe in the 1930s, the region's fate shifted again with the rise of German and Soviet ambitions. In 1938, following the Munich Agreement, Polish forces occupied the Czech part of the town, making Teschen entirely Polish, but this was short-lived. Just a year later, in 1939, Nazi Germany invaded Poland at the outset of the Second World War, and Teschen was annexed into the Third Reich. This period marked one of the darkest chapters in Teschen's history, with its Jewish population facing unspeakable horrors. The war fundamentally altered the town's social fabric and left scars that linger even today. Post-war treaties, particularly the Potsdam Agreement of 1945, attempted to restore order, reverting the town to its pre-war division. However, this decision was not a panacea. The Cold War emerged as an icy reminder of the fragile peace, placing a symbolic and physical iron curtain between communism and democracy in what many locals recall as an era of mutual suspicion. Despite political tensions, the late 20th century saw a gradual thaw. Economic cooperation and shared initiatives began to rise above old hostilities. In 1989, both Czechoslovakia and Poland abandoned communism, heralding a new era of reconciliation. The Velvet Divorce of 1993, which peacefully dissolved Czechoslovakia into the Czech Republic and Slovakia, left the Czech side of the town to settle into its new national identity. With both Czech and Polish sides joining the European Union in 2004, the barriers that once divided this town began to fade. Today, Český Těšín and Cieszyn are testaments to resilience and adaptability. Cross-border projects, cultural events, and days like the Without Borders Festival foster communal ties, celebrating a shared history more colourful than any political map. In this divided town that has repeatedly rallied against the odds, there is a lesson for us all. Amidst the unpredictable tides of history, the people of Český Těšín and Cieszyn have shown that while borders may divide, they can never break the bonds of a local community. And perhaps that is the most unifying story of all. Thank you for joining us on this trans-European journey through time. If this echo of history resonates with you, consider staying connected for more tales of time and terrain in our complex world.